Welcome everybody, I am CJ, and we are watching the Imperium Cup, a 10-week, 100-plus person tournament put on by our own community and our very own Black Shadow, who is with me today.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome. We are making our delve into week 2 action. The first week has pretty much come to a close. We had some pretty fun matches. We're not even going to get into the match my commentator decided to delve himself into, which was an absolute classic. If you have not seen that match, you should definitely go see it. Hopefully, we'll throw a link in the video description below. But yeah, an absolute classic game in Group, what is it, Group M? You mean Group K?
I'm in Group H, yeah.
Group H, yes, Group H. Absolute classic game. So, but this should be proving good. No, we're going to, now starting to delve into the nitty gritty, and sort of we've got four. It'll be interesting to see what this game's going to be. Like, there's a couple of groups, a couple of players that have played a ton of games, and we know pretty well. Personally speaking, I can't say I know any of these players as well, so it'll be interesting to see what strategies people decide to employ here. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yeah, I've played with DavidNor before. I think I played with one of the others. I just don't remember which one. Their names look familiar.
Yeah, I played with Crow a couple of times. But
yeah,
that's the thing, we've got over 100 people in this tournament, so there are going to be a mix of experiences. Some people who have played tons, and some that are still picking up the game, still kind of learning itself out, and I think that makes it very interesting.
Wow,
I think that adds to the appeal.
This is like classic Dune right here. We have no
new players. It is. So let's just get rid of we'll just ban Interstellar, call it a day.
Yeah.
Bring back the charm shipping, and I think we're good to go.
I think so. Let's take a look at this Imperium Row. It is pretty stacked. We have a web of power. It might interest every single person on the table. A Stilgar, which is Stilgar, one of the better fighting cards in the game. Very, very, very strong. Treachery, always good. Always good. Yep. Early, especially in a Duncan Loyal Blade. I love, love, love this card. It's just a rapid deployment on a stick. And a Gunthopter, which is good. There's a beast in the game, so he probably saw all those daggers and said, yeah, I'm going to do a little fighting today.
This is a stacked row. Like, I mean, the thing is with this row as well is it offers a little bit of everything. You want to fight, plenty of combat cards. You want to dominate, the influence tracks. You've got Web of Power, Treachery, liaisons, of course, available if you want to go for a spice deck. So pretty much anything available here. And even with the techs here, you've got Holtzman for your spice. You've got Ordnance for your fighting, and Chow Murky, which has proved very critical in a couple of games, is there for pickup as well. So this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, we got a bunch of really good hands for all players. Maybe the only straggler hand would be Duke Leto's, but he's making the best out of it. Sending off to... where did he go?
He has not decided yet.
Not decided yet.
We shall see. So Leto's in a weird spot. He has his Signet Ring first round, which is always a little bit awkward as Leto. So you feel kind of compelled to probably go Haga Basin and make your way to get hold of some spice to power your ring and chase wherever the Baron's going, which of course is to the fold space. So decides to pick up Smuggling. Might decide to Signet Ring to Haga Basin next way round anyways, which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't think normally people... It's just fine. Might as well wait. No one's gonna go Haga Basin and Imperial Basin before he does. He's got a stagger on him, so he can go fighting there. So I think this is totally fine.
Tech for Helena.
Yeah, Helena wants that. She's after the influence. She has 6 influence on hand here, so of course she has Signet Ring. So she might go early Treachery here. Look to pick that up on the side. That would be a very fun card for her to use. But Web of Power's just sitting there. That's obviously that in the hands of Baron Harkonnen is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
So there's going to be sometimes in games like early on you can kind of, it affects me. I honestly think this is a game where the first couple of turns could be really big here, and people have got to make very important decisions early. With the deck being so strong and just so much power out there, this is going to be interesting. Beast only puts in 1 troop here. Now this is interesting. He's perhaps a bit of a double bluff here. This is the trade skirmish here. So people sometimes just try and play for second to take the cash rather than the actual the monopoly and get the trading here. So Beast kind of giving himself some options. He can always recon later. He's gonna have a spot. So see how it goes.
Baron's just decided to not go into combat, or not to do anything really with this buy this round. This is a very unfortunate hand for Baron. Not going to be able to pick up anything.
Yeah, where it's fine. I mean, he's got his fold space. He'll probably look to chase it. Here's the Leto Haga Basin spacing chase. which means next turn he'll be able to hit up the fold space immediately being player 2 and start going shipping.
Yeah.
He's not going to have control of that for long. Baron will take that when he gets his first opportunity via fold space or hardy warriors, I would imagine. So Leto's not going to get complete control of that, and that kind of puts the beast in a bit of a weird spot because the person to the right, the Baron, usually has to do a lot of fighting for the Spacing Guild, and kind of keeping the Baron away from interstellar shipping. It is so powerful for him. So we'll have to kind of see how that develops. Whether the beast is going to prove to be very kind of confrontational, try and block a lot what's going on here, or the beast might just crack on with their own thing. Beast obviously very capable of disrupting the Baron's plans, but we'll have to see how that develops.
What do you signet ring with Helena here? Because
I think you still signet ring with power. Treachery's there though. It's awkward because you've got like basically 6 buy.
Yeah.
With the signet ring, but I think I still take Web of Power because the second card you pick up might be pretty good too. Imperial Spy is hardly a bad card.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Imperial Spy.
Yeah,
so.
I agree with you. The likelihood of someone else hitting 6 persuasion is also pretty low because you have tech, and so you'd kind of monopolize that. You'd be able to say, all right, I get the other really good card. The other one goes away. I don't have to worry about it, and then they have to pick from these other cards. So that's a little trick meta game.
Yeah, and there's definitely worlds where Treachery, you get a chance to pick that up second turn as well. Like, she's only got one convincing argument. There's more stuff to come, so just a trip to Arakeen could easily get 6 influence again, pick up Charisma, more negotiation. So, you know, I think just getting hold of Treachery in Baggy is fine, but Web of Power is dangerous because you don't know who's going to pick that up. You will not see Web of Power again, and it looks like Lee's going to grab.
Yeah, for sure.
A couple of daggers for the Baron. Which is now this is a fun look at this. Everyone's get stuck in here. So Baron's gonna tie currently with Helena, who's used her 1 dagger, and she has Tactician. Interesting to see what if she decides to use it here. Leto picks up a dagger. He picks up Web of Power, of course. Helena will get hold of Treachery as committed. This is gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen here. Beast just kind of a bit of a wasted troop there. But it's a bit of an awkward spot. You kind of just throw yourself in. Beast went for the early declaration as well, or the reveal.
Look at that. Oh, that's interesting.
Picking up Steelguard makes total sense.
Yeah.
Very good card. I didn't even spot that. I do apologize.
That's all right.
So let's see. Does Helena use Master Tactician, or does she not?
There's almost an argument to retreat here. Honestly, I don't know if you really care about this.
She wants the cash. She wants the cash. You know, everyone wants the Solari super early, so that's
3's
fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
The one thing you've got to do, especially early on, is you've got to make a quick decision as to whether you've got, especially if you've just pulled an intrigue like that. If you spend ages like, then people are going to know that you've got a combat card.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
So you've got to be a little bit careful there.
These combats sort of favoring Leto right now with the fold space and Interstellar, and yeah, I mean, this is pretty good point for Leto.
Yeah, so Leto first up to make it to fold space, which make it to Interstellar, which is always good. So he'll be looking to get what value he can out of that. Picked up smuggling as well, so he gets an immediate tier 2 bump if he wants it, which I reckon he should probably look to do. Try and get early Sword Master and just kind of try and outrush Baron here. Baron, I am sure, is going to go Hardy Warriors, should anyone let him. I'll be interested to see what happens. Maybe Beast. He's got a couple of water, so obviously there's interest in trying to look to pick up Great Flat soon. But it might be more practical for him to just go Hardy Warriors first. Especially it's a decent combat as well. You just go Hardy Warriors here, block the Baron, and just don't let him get access to that Interstellar. Yeah. This is something I think people need to learn more as we go. Oh, look, Helena's going to do it anyway. She's like, well, I'm not hanging by. Let's rock and roll. Okay.
I love this. Yeah, this is something that we've been talking about in some of our older videos, where learning to play around the Baron it's very important which turn order you are, seat you are, because if the Baron if it comes back around to them, they get Hardy Warriors, they can really rocket ahead, and now they're going to have to wait maybe 2 more turns before they actually get access. Because now the Beast next round will possibly have it. It's kind of interesting that way. So, yeah, great block.
I think this is what people have learned, especially we've talked about this from the previous tournament, and it's arguable that Masterstroke is perhaps a little bit overrated in a way.
Yeah, kind of.
However, it is definitely notable that I think because there's been a lot of focus on the Baron and him being pretty strong, I think a lot of people are only picking up with the ideas that you need to be able to to keep an eye on him, keep on top, make sure he's not doing too much. I think Beast is deserves an extra spice here.
Yeah,
He should have 5.
Should have 5. Yeah.
Yeah, he started off 1. Beast needs another spice there. And people, if you do take Baron, like you are going to have a bit of a target on your head, and much more so than it used to be. So it's interesting to see how that's going to favor and kind of go on as we continue on through this tournament. See if people decide to continue to do that, because Beasts just left alone, or Baron's left alone, are super dangerous. Beast does need a 5th spice.
Yeah.
He'll pick that up in a moment. So what does Baron do here? He's obviously been thwarted from both spaces he wanted. So he's in combat already looking awkward. So I'm not too sure what you want to do here. Maybe just go smuggling with your signet ring, pick up the intrigue and the bump, and probably just see where the ground lies when it gets back to you. This looks pretty fine. I see no issues with this. See what he picks up here.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a nice one for him. If he's picked up Fremen for one of his 2 Masterstroke choices, that's a huge pick.
Wow, yeah.
That is a enormous pick there. So he'll take that. Again, picking up any of the influence cards early, especially for Fremen and Spacing Guild, are just so strong.
Usually the Baron is going to be high on the Fremen anyway, so that just guarantees an earlier alliance.
Yeah, which is always a nice feeling. So of course, Leader's going to come up here. So interested to see what Leader decides to do. I would imagine he's probably going to push Spacing Guild. I would imagine he'll take the cash, of course. He'll push Spacing, I would reckon. It makes sense, of course. Leto's strength is in chasing alliances, so you realistically want to take your bumps to push ahead in one,
right,
where possible.
Yeah,
Emperor's also fine. I think that's acceptable, but I wouldn't put it into the Fremen. Yeah. Completely pointless. Yeah. You want to put it into something else. So.
I've seen a lot of players going for Spacing Alliance because it does funnel a lot harder. It's much harder to get there, and so you have a better chance. If you're at 2 spaces ahead on Spacing, you are way safer than if you're on the other tracks. Yeah.
It's also the rush for the free Solari, which in like the first 3-4 turns is very useful for getting like a Swordmaster sooner, or getting like High Council, where you might not be able to do it later on because suddenly there's a lot of competition. You can get in there first. So, and yeah, ultimately speaking, the only way people can chase you early game is to go to the forward space. And outside the first few turns, people do not like doing that because it just feels like a wasted action. So
I love this play from Helena. I love it.
Helena blocking up the Fremen here, going for the double Fremen one. I do like doing this as well with some people. I've done this occasionally first turn, just visit both Fremen spots in the first turn and just make a statement. Beast going Conspiring. I love to see this, as I've always say, I think Conspiring is possibly the best for the Beast, because that Emperor Alliance is really strong for him, for the troops. You would just want to get forces on the ground, get aggressive. The Intrigue's never bad here.
Urgent Mission.
Picked up Urgent Mission, one of the better ones in the game as well. That's a huge Conspire, so that's good to see the Beast here. And the Emperor as well, typically speaking, is not going to come under fierce competition. I've seen some games where it's been bizarrely competitive, but typically speaking, like if you go there and go well for something, you're largely going to be unchallenged. So Baron's going to get stuck in with some troops here. Picks up Plans of Plans. That is a monster draw for the Baron. My gosh, wow, what a pull!
This game is really shaping up to be quite strong.
No troops in. Didn't even bother putting a troop in to pick up like a spare intrigue or water, which surprises me a little bit. I would definitely put a troop in there, but never mind.
No. So, he's thinking you need the extra troop in order to master stroke.
Yeah, basically. That must be. Yeah, he's building it for master stroke.
But so then the pick has got to be Duncan. He's looking for Duncan here because that gives you the access. That gives you an extra chance at hitting.
It's the extra. Yeah. That's the problem, of course, with Baron is like, unless you pick up some cards to help you, you have to go Hardy Warriors or Highliner, or some other kind of intrigue play to get your troops on the ground. So he's obviously building up for that and eyeing up Hardy Warriors in the next turn or two. Beast has spent all his water, so Baron will be going there if he gets the option. And he will play the whole lot of Fremen, I would imagine. So it's going to be pretty competitive with Helena there. See what was taken here. Helena picking up the Truthsayer, pretty decent. Imperial Spy for Barrett for the Beast, like it a lot. Again, want to focus on that track there.
Baron gets
and
what
then
he wants.
5
Here's Duncan.
will get Duncan. Very good. Satellite Band turns up. Gurney's there. Wow, this is a monstrous deck here. Everyone getting a bit of everything here. This is going to be probably a pretty. This could be a quick match. Which, to be fair, is not that bad a thing. So, it is combat. Helena will not bother playing. So she will take the trade monopoly, and Based will pick up the intrigue and the water, which is totally fine. Helena is at some point just going to basically just go smuggling somewhere and take the punt there. And you can see Errol there just prepping up for Masterstroke, getting ready to play it. Just a little thing there.
Could go up, down, and get the Solari here and go immediately to the Swordmaster.
That's also not a bad shout, actually, picking that up. Because, of course, you can't be blocked by Leto.
Yeah.
And you block Leto,
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to pick, but you'd be unlucky not to draw a triangle to get to the council. But, you know, I think going 2 spaces is also fine. It's very strong. Garrison some troops. You're going to be fighting later on, so this is totally fine. Only Truthsayer for Helena there, so as it turns out. Let's see what we got here then. Baron picks up his fold space. Weber Power on deck for Leto. Lots of good cards here. Beast picks up advanced weaponry.
Yeah.
Now that's always interesting. I don't think he's going to pick up the techs. Beast with a Dreadnought is going to be pretty fearsome. The only danger of that, of course, is if you start spending that too early, it takes you away from your Swordmaster. You really want to secure that first. Keep that in for like a couple of rounds. When you picked up some cash somewhere, I think that'll be more beneficial, but we'll see how we go.
Well, Helena's deciding I wanted to go through these techs. We kind of neglected these at the beginning of the game. We have a Holtzman engine, very, very good for Spice Must Flow strategy. Restricted Ordnance, great for, well, I mean, anyone really. It's just powerful. And then Chaumerky, which we've seen, of course, wreck me in a game.
It's a devastating effect.
Yep.
So, yeah, very good techs on offer here. So, no one's really conserving the spice. They're all pretty expensive. So, that's the only thing. No cheap techs on offer, which kind of basically turns advanced weaponry into it's free slide for a Dreadnought. You're not really going to get the bottom part.
Yeah.
And to be fair, you rarely see that. So, Helena will inevitably take the cash here. A couple of troops. What does Helena take the bump here? She isn't going to necessarily see she knows Masterstroke is possible, although Beast could still get in the way. Interesting to note, Beast could interfere. Oh no, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any way to get involved.
Doesn't have any way now.
So Baron is going to Masterstroke here, and if there's no up bump in the Fremen, I suspect Baron will play all of his Fremen stuff at once here and make a huge challenge. So cash for Helena. That gives the Beast a chance for his Swordmaster, interestingly, and he can get access to it, so he probably should do. A little unlucky for Leto, maybe, but that's kind of the way it goes. So Beast will pick up their Swordmaster now. Helena will pick it up as well. Leto's going to pick up his pretty soon. There's an argument here that Baron also looks to go. He doesn't have access to smuggling though, so that isn't going to be possible. So we'll kind of see what's going to proceed here. But Baron could well get an opportunity to cash in and get his money ready to further block Leto. Hard to know. There are worlds it occurs, but surely Baron will open up with the Hardy Warriors spot. No, he's going to go well.
Okay.
He has diplomacy, so he's bargaining. No one's going to go there, but that's interesting. We shall see how it's going to progress. Picks up Duncan, which of course is always good, but it's not much use to him now. I mean, surely he has to Hardy Warriors if it comes back round to him.
I was going to suggest that he goes into Fold Space this turn and then goes Hardy Warriors, but maybe he just doesn't want to go for the Alliance.
No, I think he's banking that no one's going to go Hardy Warriors.
Do we know what his tokens are?
Nope, I haven't looked. I assume it's the usual.
It's the usual. Yeah.
It is the usual Fremen and spacing, so... that's why he's not gone forward space. He could have done, but I think like he wants to get the cash together. If there's worlds, he wants to try and see if he can maybe try and somehow get his Swordmaster up and running. So a couple of Swordmasters up and running. Leto picks up the Mentat, so everyone's got tons of action still to go here. Everyone's got their Swordmasters and such pretty early here. A lot of cash in this one, so that's good to see.
Do you discard and draw with the Soothsayer? Truth there.
I mean, I would probably just discard the recon. I mean, the recon's good for you though. It depends. I mean, all your cards are pretty good. I guess you could arguably just keep them.
Yeah, you could just keep them. Yeah.
You're not obligated.
What would you be looking for? I mean, like a green symbol, maybe. No.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe pick up your second convincing, or your
Second
She might want to pick up your treachery. Obviously, that'd be massively powerful, but I think this is fine.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you that I think the treachery is what you're looking for. If you do get it, that's a pretty big game.
1 in 6.
1 in 6.
There are worlds. There's one in the worlds you pick that up.
Yeah.
So Beast is going to get stuck in here. He has recall urgent mission, which is always good. He'll be useful later on. Picks up a dagger. Okay. I think that's fine early on. Here comes the Hardy Warriors. Interesting, he's going to use... he's using Duncan and not Diplomacy, so he's just going to garrison the extra troop, I guess. Yeah. He won't send in all 5, I wouldn't imagine.
No.
Seems a bit unnecessary. But they will all go in here. Here comes the triple bump for the Baron. Interesting to see if he plays it immediately. I imagine he probably will play the Fremen bump immediately here. I would wager.
Does he really want this? Maybe he does. Maybe he's like eyeing that the tech up there. And...
yeah, I mean, you need spice to pay for this. But I think this is okay. I think spending the free's fine. But you don't know. You don't know what might happen. You know, Beast could still come in and go Hagger Basin and pay for his. Oh no, he can't pay for his warship, so that's not an option. But you can still put troops in. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Putting in the 5th troop, you're kind of just trying to bank it. I don't think this is terrible.
Yeah, it's fine.
Baron is going to hold on to the Fremen card. He's going to wait to ambush that later.
Yeah, I'd see if you get still suits. I think he goes around the table, you see if you get still suits, and then play it. That's what I do.
Well, he has no more further actions this round.
Oh, no, you're right. That was a second action. Okay.
So he's gonna... But he's gonna struggle. He's not gonna have any real diplomacy access. He's already used his Sikh allies, so he's gonna have to wait on the Fremen, so Helena might get in there first.
Looks like it's gonna be a fold space for Leto. Kind of fold space in, or maybe Signet Ring this turn.
Yeah, Web of Power you probably just leave in your hand, and to be fair, you want to use your fold space because you could easily pick up Gurney, and that's super powerful. Yeah. We've already got 6 to. Is it 6 already? I forget. Guild Ambassador is 1 or 2. I think it's a 1 persuasion.
Yeah, it's 1.
So you've got 5. I think whatever you do, you fold space. You want to pick up 6 to look to pick up Gurney here. It is such a powerful card. And you've got all sorts of options. You could do anything you want. I actually reckon the fold space is not a terrible idea. But you have access, of course, to interstellar shipping, but no one else can get there. So
okay, he opts for the Signet Ring first for interstellar. That makes sense.
He'll do this first. I mean, okay, I guess. I think I would have liked to have left this. He's going to use it to make a catch-up here. Only 2 places he can do. But I would have liked to have seen block something else first, because you've got that free. And go like Carfag, go steal suits yourself, pick up some water. That's going to be good for you. Get a troop in. Try and pick up 3rd place.
Space for Helena? What is this?
I think she goes steal suits.
Still suits. Just ignore fold space.
I think Helena's going steal suits, and she's gonna battle for Fremen, I reckon.
Okay.
Because also the water's always good for her because she can always use this for research station later on. Great flats, pick up some spice is always an option. This just feels a better option. Yeah. And especially now, decides against putting one in. I would have considered putting a troop in. Not gonna lie, but
troop for spice.
Yeah. Beast is just going to pick up the extra point. That puts him on 6. So he's eyeing up Gurney Halleck. And no one can stop that except
extra persuasion.
The Baron is already there. So a little bit unlucky for the Beast.
Got a freighter fleet though. Nice.
Freighter fleet turns up. That's a nice card. It's a good card for Leto, the Baron. I don't think it's going to be that good for either of the other 2. I don't suspect.
Not so much.
At least not at the moment, so we'll see. But yeah, like you can fold space and kind of do whatever you want. You kind of want to play Guild Ambassador though, because you want to trash your dagger. I think is what's going on here, and he's going to just take the mining here, and now he can put in just the loose troop, pick up a loose extra spice if he wants. And besides, keeping your full space is fine. Gurney's gone, so you don't feel as committed to like worrying about having to buy for a big card. So
Yeah, it's a smart.
probably played itself, though, I'd imagine. Still gives him free to buy, which is still an initiate. You're gonna get something for free, like the liaison's already always there, so I think this is fine.
3 buy for Helena. Let's see what she picks up.
She would have loved Fopter. Fopter's so good for her. I imagine she probably goes the smugglers because she always has access for that, and she can start paying towards influence with the Spacing Guild.
Yeah, either that or initiate. I think. I don't know. Freighter Fleet is so nice, but I don't know if she's gonna have access this game.
Yeah, I don't think that's the thing. It's nice to have, but I don't think it helps her very much.
No.
It's not really. Both the players that already have access are to her left, or to her right even. So, like, the Beast would be a better person to take it because the person to your right doesn't have access to it currently. So it might be a better fight. I think Spice Smugglers just looks good. You've always got access, and there will be times you can pay the spice. But he's gonna pick up the Freighter Fleet.
Okay.
Maybe a bit of denial going on here, maybe just trying to block it off, and that will add up. If she can cycle a deck 3 times, that is a free interstellar shipping at tier 2. Yeah. So, that's not terrible. You can always trash it later on with with her guild ambassador. She could trash that at some point. There's options.
Looks like it's gonna be Bene Gesserit's sister.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm eyeing up Satellite Ban. I mean, it's only turn 3. Satellite Ban is so good, and especially for the Beast, that potentially could fund some Highliners. That could fund going to Great Flat more often. I've had it before with the Beast. You just print a load of water. It lets you go to Great Flat all the time, and you just start going Highliner, and you just go to war with people, and it's hard for them to keep up.
Got a smuggler stopped her though. That's good. Good for.
I'm pretty sure I had a game with the Beast where I got the satellite on the first turn, and I went to Highliners 3 times that match.
Nice. Did you win?
It's adjust. It was pretty close.
Nice.
It was against the player 2 Baron. But yeah, you just go to war, and you're just constantly going. You're racking up the pressure with the guild. You're just putting so many troops on the ground. It's hard to keep up. You're pressuring everyone all the time. So good pickup there, I reckon.
Leto picks up a point with the Emperor and decides to go with the Bene Gesserit Initiate. I like that. Didn't have a lot of other choices. Could have chosen the Bene Gesserit's sister or the Spice Smugglers. I think that was the best choice.
Yeah, I think just have access here. Sister would have been nice. You trying to get access to the Gesserit can be a little bit tricky sometimes. And always having Slits to Breeding as an extra option is good. And it's a 2 influence you can have or 2 swords. I think it's all fine though.
It's a toss up. Yeah.
So this is going to be all for this round. Woods will be taken. Baron will pick up a 3rd Intrigue. See what else he musters up here. Picks up Refocus. Never bad. I mean, this would be not a bad time to actually play it because he's got a lot of good cards in his discard, and a lot of the cards he's about to pick up are not very good.
I think he might end up reshuffling this turn though. Right?
We'll see
no, he doesn't. Okay, you're right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Apart from his Signet Ring, not a lot going on, so he might decide to play it pretty much immediately here. Maybe pick up Gurney. Oh, that would be pretty good.
Secure Imperial Basin is our conflict this round. That's going to interest everybody. That's a great one to get 2nd place at too.
Yeah. Tons of water there. There's 4 Spice in the Haga Basin. I imagine the Beast might be eyeing this up. He does have access there, and I think he's going. And he is indeed, yep. And that gives him 7 Spice, so he has choice of techs here. Has a Negotiator as well. So, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a funky one. Restricted Ordnance does sound pretty good, but you're going to have to find the cash to get to High Council. And I don't know quite where you're going to find at the moment. You're not going shipping. So unless you're saving up for another Conspire, which is definitely an option.
Oh yeah, I like that actually. It works out exactly right.
Yeah, it would cost him 2 to buy the tech, 4 for Conspire, and then picks up High Council. That does work itself out nicely. I think that's a nice bit of synergy there, I reckon. The double bump up for the Baron, so he's eyeing up. You would imagine he's eyeing up Holtzman. By the looks of that, if he's gone to taking the double bump, he must be eyeing up Holtzman engine here.
Alternatively, he could take away this this restricted as well. He's got enough already.
Yeah. Well, interesting to see. It's always
Yeah.
a bit of an interesting one when they take the third tier. It usually means they're targeting higher up. It's generally not a particular bluff because the tier 2 bump is just so good.
It's true.
So I highly doubt that is the case, but we'll
Okay.
kind of see. And but Holtzman's always good. You're drawing 6 cards every turn instead of 5, like that.
That's a big
It's
deal.
up over the course of time, you know, and gives you more options. Even if you're not really going for a spy strategy, it still gives you extra options you normally would do. Especially for someone like myself, I have a habit of not trashing a lot of cards, so I tend to have pretty chunky decks, admittedly. So someone like Holtzman is a nice way to help cycle through it still. And you know, and that extra sword or two, or that extra persuasion, that adds up over the course of time. You pick up some things you normally wouldn't do. So Leto is up here. Leto with a bit of an awkward hand. He's maybe considering. This is where it's awkward. Like you kind of want to go Mentat as well as Swordmaster, but you've only the other dagger. I don't think he has access to it. So he's gonna have to just go Swordmaster now, I would imagine.
He's not obstructed from Swordmaster. He can go Mentat, and then if he draws, but it'd be a kind of like pretty risky
it's
play.
If you draw.
Yeah, he'd
Yeah,
have to
it's a
hit.
bit of a gamble.
Oh, and he only has one out of. Oh God, no! Don't do that. He's already got rid of his dagger. That's bad.
Yeah, he's only trash once. I don't think that's an option. He'll diplomacy first and do what he wants of it. Steel suits is good. I always like trying to steal suit when you've got a couple of troops in garrison, so you can deploy them and just do everything with one turn. It always feels nice. When, you know, going to steal suits when you've not got any troops in garrison just feels a bit awkward. So this is totally fine. Get them in, try and make a bit of a play. You know, a lot of competition for the Fremen here. Here comes Treachery. Is she going still Hardy Warriors, maybe? No, she's going to pick up the forward space now.
Okay, I like it.
So she's like, well, I've got hold of Freighter Fleet. Now's probably the time to get involved here. And so she does. So she gets up to the 2 influence. So that's going to put a bit of a damper, potentially, on the Barons. Not going to have it completely his way. So there's going to be some competition. 2 troops, of course, must go into combat as per Treachery's rules, and the card is lost. So, instead of using it, always you want to try, I reckon, if possible, try and get a reveal or 2 out of it before you use it, but sometimes you just got to get stuck in.
Yeah, we also might remember that they have Truthsayer in the deck, so there is a potential synergy there that could be exploited.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, I guess they're just they're just going to truth say with Freighter Fleet anyways. Here comes the Conspire. Beast sees it. I like this. I think he might be going for this play.
I think so.
And good job if he does. So gets 2 intrigues for his trouble here, because because of the card trashing, which I'm pretty sure he has to do. I could be wrong there. I don't remember if you actually have to trash Imperial Spy here.
No, that's optional. This is an arrow.
Optional.
Anything with an arrow is optional, or any trash ability is optional.
Okay, well we'll see what he does if he does try to pick it. But yeah, go in here and then looking to target High Council. I think looks really good here, and he is away onto it.
Here we go.
Shipping. Yep. So here we go. So surely this is a Holtzman play, you would imagine. He does trash his card here in the end. So picks up Machine Culture. That's pretty nice.
That was a pretty late use of that. I think that
it was a little bit. It was a little bit late. They should probably keep on top of that. It's fine, I guess, but they need to kind of sort that out. So it does pick up Holtzman, you would imagine, or does he go for? I mean, they're all good choices. You never know when Chalmers is good. All right, this is definitely a bit late here. I guess Baron's just paused here, letting the Beast do everything he needs to do here. Little bit untidy here, kids. If you are in the tournament, once you pass the turn, that's kind of it. You kind of got it done. So make sure you've done all your actions before you pass over, because the player has the right. Like, if the Baron wants to say, no, your turn's over, he has every right to say that. So you got to be a little bit careful about that. You know, it makes a difference, especially towards the back end of the game. Like, that could be a real problem. So just be careful.
And I definitely know that toward the top of the tables, when you get those players who are really know their stuff, they're not going to let you do that.
No, so you got to be careful. Here comes the Fremen pickup for the Baron, so he'll pick up a Warlord there, which is always handy. I don't think Helena's going to let this go without a fight, however, but we'll see. Helena's gonna have to kind of make a choice what she decides to fight for. Do you fight for Fremen? Do you fight for spacing? Hard to know.
This finesse in hand from the Baron could be potentially very dangerous
That's
too.
a huge pickup for the Baron. That could be very powerful. So we'll see where that goes. It's going to probably keep him. Whichever one Helena goes for, that's probably going to defend against.
Look at this!
Does go for the High Council pickup. Reveals flagships. Okay.
Wow.
So I guess Baron thinks I've got a ton of money, although he doesn't have his Swordmaster yet. So
that's true.
So we'll kind of see what the plan is here, but does pick up the High Council. I'm definitely the Beast was eyeing that up, so that's definitely kind of a bit of a denial pick going on there.
Well, I mean, you gotta say the Baron is probably playing for lots of persuasion. I don't know. It's like a persuasion build, but is it? It's.
I don't think the Baron's committed yet. He's kind of keeping his options open.
Yeah.
It looks kind of a scary fighting style though, because you've got both Beast and Helena, and the Duke is not exactly a shabby fighter either. So I think it's he's kind of keeping his options open as much as he can. But I would not be surprised to see if Baron decides to go down a influence deck, which is why maybe it would have been better just to pick up Holtzman now and be done with it, because you're not going to be able to fight sustainably. You've got the Beast on your right, which is always tough as the Baron. That's the last thing you want. And Helena's in the game, so you can't even block her. So we'll kind of see how this is going to play out.
I like this play.
He might be able to pick up an extra couple of second spots that he wouldn't have done otherwise. So we'll see. Helena going with Arakeen.
Reserves the Smuggler Scepter.
Side. Yeah, full Thopter. Now, probably one of the better cards in the game. It wasn't all that great in the base, but now with how competitive the Spacing Guild is, I mean, it's
nuts. Yeah, I really like this treachery into Smuggler Scepter Reserve. That's a great play. Very, very forethought put into this turn.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
It wasn't a great sentence I just said, but you know what I mean.
No, we knew it was right. English is difficult. English is tough.
Yeah, English is hard.
Beast is gonna pick up his Fremen point here with a kind of unexpected trip to Hardy Warriors. Looks like he's gonna commit for Imperial Basin. He's getting stuck in, perhaps.
Oh.
Does he really want to fight for this? Helena has put a lot of resources. Beast is going all in. He is committing. This is interesting. I guess he figures 14. He's got urgent mission. He has Stilgar in the back pocket as well, so he probably feels fairly decent about this. But this is gonna be interesting. Helena's gonna have a ton of water, so she will be making several trips to research station, I would imagine, before this game is out.
Yeah.
She might end up pivoting into a bit of a spice deck.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna put in the.
Here comes the Dreadnought. Here it comes. He's got his well, there's no point saving it for High Council now, right? What's the point? You've lost the tech, so you might as well put it into this instead. This is makes total sense to me.
I would actually like to see Helena retreat here. Retreat 3 units. You're still gonna get second place. I guess I guess Leto has one more action, so we'll see what happens, and then you can make the decision.
Yeah, but it's a back pocket action. Maybe just retreat a couple of dudes and garrison them up. Yeah. But I think this is going to be a call for it. You don't see Tactician get used to retreat troops that often.
I see it a little bit.
You see it every now and again, but it's generally used for the free swords more often than not. So we'll see. Interesting. There's a trip to Carthag here from the Beast, probably just from Leto, just picking up the thing. Picks up Strong Arm. That's a nice little catch people out sort of trip there. Got to discard a troop, but you can do that. You've got to do it on the turn. You send your agent, but you get a double bump, which is pretty damn good. So.
All right, action on Helena now. I'm gonna see a reveal. Oh no, we have another agent. Oh,
she's having a little dig for a deck. She's considering Mentat here, I reckon. And she's trying to decide if she wants to cycle a deck or not. Looks like she is going to do so. I think you haven't got a lot of persuasion in your deck. It's not a. I think this is fine. See what else she picks up. Needs to play the dagger, preferably, please. There you go. Always put your agent down and your card down before you do anything, kids. See what she pulls here. Means she is going to see Stilgar. Picks up Reconnaissance. Now, this is interesting. She's going to see Stilgar for the Beast here and see that he has gobs of strength. So, look, she's probably not happy to pick up Recon, but sees the amount of violence that's facing her. And it's like, that's a little unfortunate here. So,
Oh,
Too sure.
wow. Is there anything for 5 here? There's an embedded agent, but
Got an agent for 5. There's not been any Bene Gesserit
no.
particularly out though, so
Withdrawal's
it
very
is
good.
of limited use, unfortunately. Although just taking the reveal and the intrigue is never bad. Leo's picking up
Missionary.
Missionaria. That is a curious pick. I don't think he's got any. Has he picked up any Bene
I
Gesserit?
don't remember him picking up any benefit. Oh no, 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 he
I
did. He got
don't.
one. He has the initiate. He has the initiate.
Oh, the
Yeah,
initiate. I
yeah,
mean, that's asking a lot.
yeah. It is.
That's really asking a lot there. I think if you've got like the voice, totally fine to pick that up. If you're Helena, totally fine to pick that up. I think outside of that though, it's a bit of a gamble, and if you don't get any bumps off it, it's a trash card.
So
So
you
you've
could
got
take
to be.
you could take 4 spice here. It looks like they're gonna go to Carthag.
Yeah, I don't. I think she's just going to take the stack the troop up, take the intrigue, and she's going to kind of prepare for later on. Unless she gets like a monster like ambush or something.
It's a rabbit.
Doesn't not. Pick up rapid. That's good for her because she's about to retreat some troops here. So that plays into that nicely. She can just stack up some troops here.
It's probably doing the math. Can't quite get there even with
No,
with rabbit.
can't get there. So I would imagine we'll see a retreat.
Oh, actually, wait, can she? She can tie. No, she can tie. Because she gets one more troop. She hasn't put a troop in yet, didn't she?
+4.
She hasn't got her troop.
She did get her troop.
She
She
did
had
get her
one
troop.
garrison.
Okay.
So yeah, she would be short.
So yeah, she's short. Yeah, she's 18 was the max. That's unfortunate, but I think you still master tack to retreat some amount here.
Oh, 100%. She's got the
deciding.
dagger as well, so I mean, you could conceivably put them all back and assume the Duke does not have any battle cards.
I guess not. I guess not. All right.
So you could pull them all back. We will see at least a couple retreat here.
Oh no, yeah.
Depends how much she values the water. We'll
That's
see.
right. That's right. It's combat card. It's a combat card. Here we
So
go.
here comes the retreat. Now, do you pull back 2 and kind of make sure of it, or do you pull back 3 and take a little bit of a risk? I probably just pull back 2. Pulling back 3 is a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
But she might do all 3. No, she's going to bank and assume that Leto does not have any combat, which, to be fair, is fine, because he's already retreated all his cards here, so he's unlikely to.
Yep.
That's a little thing you do see sometimes. So, picks up those. That's all fine. All good. So, Beast wins it, convincingly in the end. It's not really an overcommitment, because he kind of had to do that. He didn't know it was coming up.
Yep.
So, Basin is taken. We'll get a turn of, I probably would say, Carthag. I'll be honest, if you've ever got Helena in the game, I'd probably put it on Carthag, because someone's going there almost every turn.
And sometimes twice.
Sometimes twice, so I would go there. Arakeen, it turns out to be, though, so he gets a free troop in the fight, which is not inconsiderable, although I don't see how he ever holds this.
Oh, wow, okay. So we got a Helena Truthsayer into Freighter Fleet play, so that's great.
Yeah, that always feels pretty nice. She will not. I mean, it's just going to be just for the extra bump for now. Ain't got much else to do.
Don't think anyone else is let her
She
get there.
probably goes. I don't know. Might just go wealth maybe, or she doesn't have any spice is the problem. So only limited space is available to her.
All right, action on Baron though. We gotta see what Baron has in mind.
Brownbury up first. Surely he will go immediate Interstellar. I don't see how he doesn't. Especially Leto's sitting there on 2 trips. He's already 2 bumps with the with the shipping, so I think just to let him have that feels like an error. You know, no one else is going to block you from Swordmaster, so there's no rush for that.
Do you refocus first, or do you just save it?
I think this deck is fine.
Yeah.
You've got plenty enough in the deck. I think you Interstellar, you go Swordmaster, and then you probably just play Diplomacy, maybe to like Steel Suits or something. Get some troops in. You've got some daggers with Duncan and whatnot, and kind of have a decent. I don't know. You've got options here. You've also got finesse as well. So, but I think the first 2 actions are pretty much automatic, and by then you'll kind of know what you want to do if you third.
Now, does Leto play Web of Power for its agent action here? It seems like he's setting himself up to do so.
Yeah, he's got the 2 influence with all the other factions, so he is ready to get the in for max and value. So I would 100% be using this.
He can wait too because it is an infiltrator. So
yeah, I'd probably consider mining Great Flat here. So get you up to 8 spice, and then use a couple of that to selective breed and cull out your Dune here. Looks pretty nice. He's gonna go here first.
Chalmurky time.
He's picking up Chalmurky, is he?
Nope, he's
Oh
just
no,
reconsidering.
he's re-fought. Yeah, I think this is... Chalmurky looks nice, but I think you've got to take the spice, especially Helena's sitting there with 4 water.
Also, something to keep in mind is he is sitting on that strong arm, so could go up twice and get another point. Yeah, another point.
Very possible. Yeah, he would get the immediate point with the Bene Gesserit. This just feels a much better play. I would 100% do this. Oh, you're just giving Helena the option to get 5 spice, and like you just don't want to do that. You've got to get in there first. So that is fine. Helena's up. She will probably go Hardy Warriors here, I would imagine. And if it does proceed to do so, again, she's going to keep fighting with the Baron for the Fremen. Keep the pressure there, which is good. Obviously, Arakeen is pretty good for you as well. So she will be all in neutral for this one. You know, and it's everyone's kind of keeping each other in check here. Baron's not being allowed to run away. He's under pressure from all sorts of fronts. Leto's just keeping tabs behind as well. So everything's pretty evenly balanced at the moment. I quite like it. This is pretty close.
It's a very evenly balanced game right now.
You know, everyone's decks is probably... Everyone's got a couple of good cards. Helena's deck's...
No one's even moved their token up.
No, not really. Should probably do that. Helena's deck is probably like the weakest of the lot, I guess, but not by much.
Not by much, yeah.
Beast is going to pick up 3 spice here, as he does control it. That always feels pretty good.
And
we'll pick up the water as well. So Beast possibly prepping for a possible Holtzman here, maybe.
Swordmaster for Baron makes sense.
Baron, which is fine. What's it? Turn 5. It's totally fine.
Yep.
Everyone's got their Swordmasters nice and early. Here comes the selective breeding, possibly. He's going to conspire first. No one's gone there.
Needs the
so I think this is fine. Yeah, no one's gone there yet. Picks up Charm Shares. Ooh, that's always a nice card. Especially you've got access into that. Basically, you just got to go shipping somewhere.
Just locked into a point. That's great. Now you can play your strong arm if you wanted to, which I think you do, and get 2 more troops.
Yeah, comes the strong arm. Yeah, take down the alliance. Try and hold on to it. I don't know. Beast might not be immediately leaving this to go though. I think Beast might still show some interest in Emperor here, but we'll see. So a couple more troops in, always nice. So, but Duke Leo looking pretty solid here at the moment. He's got a lot of options, which always feels pretty nice here. But 100%, I would be looking to selective breeding this next turn. Get all the goods here. You're going to draw 3 cards. You've got only 3 influence, I guess. That's not amazing. You're not really simply going to buy like spice or anything, but you do make a play for like embedded agent, and you are starting to rack up your Bene Gesserit cards, so there are worlds where he gets to use that, which is pretty nice.
Here's Truthsayer.
Yeah, here comes the Truthsayer, and especially for Leto as well, because of course all his council spots are cheap, so that's a huge card for him in Bene Gesserit. Just go secrets, which obviously is always you can do. I think I would have. I don't know. I think I might have considered preferring going to Wealth, but I guess you want to make a push for the Alliance, so I guess this is okay.
Blackmail.
Picks up Blackmail. That will be useful. Probably not right now, but later on, I suspect this could be a very powerful card. Here comes the Freighted Discard, of course. Always feels good. But no, this is potentially... that's a potential, like, possible battle winner later on. Picks up Fold Space. That's a nice draw for Helena here. That's a nice pickup.
Now, do you Signet Ring or do you Diplomacy as the beast? It's a tough call.
It's tough. Yeah, I think... I always kind of like trying to do Diplomacy first because those spaces are a bit more limited. Depends what you're wanting to do here. Is he just going to go... Well, looks like he's... Surely... Yeah, like, do you want to get your second Dreadnought in action? People are going to think you've got Grand Conspiracy.
They will, yeah.
Which you definitely don't. Although, to be honest, if they thought you'd have done it immediately. But he's going to pay for it. He's going to go double Dreadnought is the beast. I like it. This is always good to see.
Into a Chalmurky. All that they can actually...
He can pay Holtzman. He had a negotiator.
He has a negotiator. I always forget those
guys. So he can pick up Holtzman as well. So that is expensive, but he's got it.
So
I don't know how much spice he's realistically going to pick up, though. We'll see.
So that it basically equals 3 extra cards. So you're paying 6 spice for 3 cards. Oh,
Yeah,
wow, there's a spice satellite.
Spice satellite appears. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Wow, that's a potential problem. Leto could conceivably take this, and maybe even trash it later on.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I think Leto could. There are worlds he picks it up. It's awkward though. I mean, you've got the signet ring.
You got to think about who's your biggest competition right now. It does look like Helena and Beastar. I mean, Baron's never ever out, but kind of doing two different things right now. And yeah, I mean, Beast winning combats is bad news. So
yeah, it's pretty close. But I mean, you just don't ever want any of your opponents to have Spice Satellites. Yeah. No. So if it never turns up in the game, fine. But if Spice Satellites turns up, you've kind of got to race for it. It's that good. Leto might not go for it immediately. He does have first action next turn, so he's not obligated to go for it now. He's going to pick up his Mentat. He's going to kind of see here. So I think this is fine. No one else is getting it first, so I still think you probably go to Bene Gesserit and you trash some cards here, I reckon. Picks up Convincing Argument, so that might interest him a little bit. He will draw 3 cards, and I think he's prepping up for it. So there are worlds he picks up a Spice Must Flow here. It's unlikely, but he could hit it. Helena up here. Helena's got a decision to make. She's obviously in the lead for Arakeen, but Beast has still got an action. Kind of uncomfortable. You feel like you should use the fold space here.
Yeah.
Just fold space to, like, Carthag or something?
Carthag, yeah.
You could go for... It's kind of... You don't... Fold space, you always feel like you should be realistically going to, like, a faction, because just for the access. And going, like, well for something is not terrible. You could do that. I think she might consider doing it. You could even play fold space here, and she does.
Okay. Yeah, I like
fold
this.
Space does fold space, and just gonna make a stab for the alliance here. I like this. I think this is totally fine.
No one really in position to go Highliner right now.
Yeah,
so.
Which makes it feel a bit safer here. This is, everyone's using their spice for stuff here. So, and there's not been a lot of spice in this game. Been plenty of cash.
No high councils yet, which is a little surprising. But everyone's just so preoccupied with other things.
Yeah, unlucky for Helena, she pulls a signet ring. It's a little unfortunate.
Okay.
He's gonna go Arakeen. Wants the cash. I think this is fine. I think I probably still would have gone Carthag.
Yeah, me too. I know. Yeah.
Oh, picks up Satellite Band. That hurts. Oh, you so wanted that for next turn.
Yeah.
That is unfortuitous.
Yeah. It's usually a bad idea to draw last, usually. Unless you absolutely have to, you know what's on top of your deck in your paw or something like that, but I just don't like.
Wow. And the Beast commits. He says, let's go. Yes, wow. Throws them all in. He's going to get some bad news here, I suspect. That bonus point that Helena just got with the Spacing Guild might come to some use here. Here comes the breeding.
Here it is.
Yeah, as expected, this is definitely the play. You just get so much benefit from this, 2 Solari, the water. There's just no reason not to. This is why you set up your factions as you have done. It's 3 cards for her troubles. Or for their troubles.
Wow. 2, 3,
and
4, 5, 6,
doesn't
7,
find
8.
it.
No.
1 short. Doesn't find it. Was unlikely to pick up 9. It was a bit of a gamble. So, but
wow.
8 influence is still good. Like, some people might buy, and like Kwisatz could turn up, Chowm could turn up, Jessica could turn up. You never know. Worm Riders could turn up. You might think, I'll have a little bit of that. So, even though he's not picked up the full influence, everyone's about to reveal in front. So, sometimes like crazy cards just come out.
It's an argument to not buy anything from the Imperium Row, actually, if you see somebody doing that. Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe, but I think you still do. Negotiated Withdrawal, that's such a good card for Helena. Yeah, it's so powerful. You just send out, and because she can't be blocked, you just send out, go back in, and you just rock and roll. And you can't stop that. G-Manipulation turns up. Fremen Camp for the Beast, going stuck in the shadows turns up for Leto. That's pretty nice. Wow, in the shadows. Where do you go? In the shadows, an embedded agent. In the gene manipulation embedded agent, man.
Yeah, I think it's gene manipulation over embedded agent. I like embedded agent, but gene manipulation is everything.
They're all good combinations.
All good.
You could go shadows and manipulation and like pick up something else if you wanted. See what draws.
True.
Yeah, these are all big decisions. This is a pretty tight game. Leto's kind of edging in front here. And he's edging in front in a way that no one's really in a position to kind of get in his way at the moment. Of course, he has Charm Shares as well in his back pocket, so Leto's looking pretty decent. You know, sometimes, for example, like for the Baron, for example, although he has, he's obviously got 4 points, it's kind of tenuous because he's being pushed with the Fremen, whereas like Leto's kind of safe at his 6.
He'd be very much ahead if he had a spice this turn. I'd say he would. I
have a funny feeling. Yeah, I was gonna say I have a funny feeling Baron might be starting to regret this this pull here for the restricted ordnance as well. He might be starting to regret this because he still hasn't got the cash up for fighting, and he's starting to get out muscled by other characters here. Like Beast has got a very dangerous deck, so I don't know. Made sense to not pull it. Oh, Firm Grip turns up. Wow, do you pick Firm Grip or restricted or embedded agent here? Wow.
Actually, take Firm Grip because it's
have the alliance.
Influence. Yeah, it's 4 influence.
You have the alliance. How do
persuasion.
you not take it?
Too many terms. Persuasion, not influence.
We all know what we mean. I think you have to take Firm Grip. Embedded agent just looks so good. You Firm Grip, like God, they're all good shouts. But you have the alliance. If you don't pick it now, when will you pick it up? You know, there's still you can still challenge for selective breeding and high-end spacing guild, but declined against it. That's curious. I'm not so sure about that. I think especially he gets cheaper costs as well. So no, he's in a good spot, so he might not regret it. But if this game drags on, that might come back to bite.
So Helena gonna play anything here? It's a big decision too.
I think Helena has to play here.
You're right.
I think you blackmail now, 100%. You've got to. Like, it's a point. It's Arakeen.
Do you go down with Fremen? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you go down for Fremen and you kind of give it up, I reckon, by the looks of it.
Yep.
Because Spacing Guild's there and Bene Gesserit's there. You know, so I think this is fine. Nothing for the Beast. So Helena will take Arakeen, securing her 5th point. Kick out that dirty Dreadnought. Get it out of here. Just part the flag on top of... That's not how that works.
That's funny.
Maybe she's trying to claim... Maybe she's trying to say, well, I get the Dreadnought as well. You know, there's parts in the bay. The crew's just abandoned her. This is mine now. I don't know. I'm not sure she'd understand all that Harkonnen technology. Very confusing.
I don't think I understand it either.
No, I don't think anyone wants to understand.
Have you seen the spider?
Pretty gnarly.
No idea.
Bad times. Alright, so it's off to turn 6. Or round 6, I should say. As I attempt to get my pronunciations correct. Carthag turns up.
Carthag is late. No one.
A little late in the day for Carthag, maybe, but a point's a point. See what gets picked up here. So Leto, not a bad hand. Picks up the Initiate, Diplomacy. It's not terrible. Helena's hand, very awkward. Ooh, that's not a good draw. Helena's going to be in some trouble here. Can't even afford. Oh, if Leto picks up money, that'd be funny, but I don't suspect he will. He might consider it because he's got the Charm Shares. That would give Helena access to Mentat, which she doesn't currently have, and she would desperately need. She's a really awkward hand. Gurney for the Baron.
It's deciding. It's actually pretty interesting, huh?
There's a lot of options here. Picks up the Spice, much to Helena's disappointment. So this is awkward. She doesn't have an access to like Research Station. Helena's got like nothing going on here. Do you just smuggle?
It's Great Flat. You have to get some spice, right? Great Flat and then something? I don't know.
Great Flat and then go to Tech Negotiation. Pick up Spice Satellites, maybe?
Spice Satellites says what? It's 1 point.
Yeah, it's not great though for you now.
But I mean, point's a point. You know, it's...
I don't know. I would consider going smuggling because you get the bump. You've obviously got the freighter fleet, so you can take that down at the end of your round.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And you also could possibly still pick up the Mentat. To be fair, You could still go to the Mentat even if someone always goes there. You still get the card draw.
Yeah,
you can't be stopped from that, and you might want that. So I think I go smuggling here.
I think smuggling is
what
right.
else you got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously you've got all this water, and that's annoying. But you've got plenty of time still to go research station, and you can't be blocked from that. So I feel like this is probably stronger.
Nice.
Does
Okay.
opt to do so. Now, do you take it down? That's the wrong color.
One.
That's the wrong color. But she is going to take it up. This is good. I like this from Helena. I think this is good.
This is actually
kind of not panicking.
Not panicking.
You know, it's a bad hand. You've got ways around it. If someone takes Mentat, then you know it's a little unfortunate, but you can still take the card draw there if you want.
You know what? You have a reveal gain 2 troops rapid mobilization turn potentially here.
This is also very true. Yeah, maybe you might be right. Maybe this is the way. This is the time to take it down. Could be a good shout.
I'd imagine that Helena's not going to get a chance to get the Mentat, sadly.
Baron's arming up here. Baron is getting ready for war. He finally gets his High Council. So he's gearing up. Leto's got a ton of troops in garrison. You feel like you probably want to get stuck in. Shame for Helena. So that's awkward. I would still consider going Mentat regardless. Just for the card draw. I mean, it feels bad to go there just for a card draw, but sometimes it's the right play. What else are you going to do here? There's nothing. You have no other options. I honestly think you do this, and you just go there anyways. You take the card draw. I don't. It's either that or what do you do? Declare? You reveal your hand?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. This is a tough spot. Yeah, I mean, you only have 2 options, really.
Yeah, you've got Mentat or you reveal.
Yeah.
And you know, and obviously, yeah, it always hurts to do it for just the thing.
There's nothing you want to buy for 3.
She might go tech negotiations just to stack up a dude there, maybe. But
I mean, maybe
encounter somewhere else. That's an option.
What you don't do is play your fleet because you really want that to be that's the whole point of that card is to reveal it. Otherwise, you're just
absolutely keep hold of it. Tech negotiation feels a more natural play, but I would have liked to have seen the Mentat draw and just like it's a bit of a gamble.
She could have gone to good at tech third action anyway, right? So if you go to Mentat, you pay the 2, you draw a card, and you get crap, you can still go tech negotiation even if you're blocked because you're Helena. So
yeah, it's an awkward one. So you know. But I've had that occasion. Occasionally, it's sometimes like if you've got the combat where the Mentat is like been taken because of the previous combat. Occasionally, it's still correct to take a punt with the Mentat. You know, if this makes the difference between like a like buying a spice and not buying a spice. You know, and I think she's having a little look at a deck. I think she's not completely discounted it. Having a little look, seeing well, what do I have left?
Yeah, I suppose she can do it next turn anyway. It doesn't matter. She's never blocked, so either way it works.
Yeah. Well, the idea of doing it second turn is to give you the option to do something else.
Right.
Both ways are fine, so we'll see. So Beast is up here. So Beast is gonna feel pretty uncomfortable here. Baron's just armed up, so you're scared about that. Leo's got a ton of troops here. You're scared about that. You kind of want to get more forces onto the ground, but you don't have any way to do it. So this is awkward here for the Beast. I'm not sure what you do here. He's just gonna pick up some spice, I guess, and just kind of see what happens here. It's very difficult for him to win this fight, so we'll see what happens. Here comes Gurney. Gurney to Carthag, as you would expect. So that will be 8 dudes coming in. So that's gonna be a fight. Picks up Bindu. Always a nice tech to pick up Bindu. Sometimes just for the pure card draw.
Yeah.
It's always fun. Finesse might even... I don't know. He's got 4 cards here, so interested if he wants to play one of these. Obviously, you're scared about losing, especially if plans have been planned. You feel like you're obligated to protect that, so you're just going to refocus now.
Like this. Really like this.
Take the card. Picks up Diplomacy. That feels pretty nice. Although you got his Signary. You got all sorts of options here, so... Baron does need a big turn. He has kind of fallen behind here a little bit, so... You surely get them all in, I would imagine.
I mean, next is the Conflict 3. I don't know. Maybe you just save. You put 2 in or something? I don't know.
I think he gets these in. You know, maybe they didn't notice you've master strokes. You could like say, "Oh, here's my master stroke. Here we go."
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Chase that spacing guild. I think that's how it works. Classic breeding. Leto, yep, makes sense. Also wants to secure the alliance, and I think Leto's now pivoting into a spice deck here. He's got his troops in, he can use them potentially, but I think Leto is starting to pivot towards spice. He wants to try and shut this game out now. It's 7 points here. Wants to try and shut it out before anyone catches up. The more turn-free conflicts that comes up, like the less ground he has on everyone else here. That will not be enough for spice. However, it's still a decent pull. You know, picks up the intrigue as well. He could glimpse the path. Occasionally, he will pick up spice. He might be worth gambling there. We'll see what he wants to do.
Actually, no, he can. He can this turn. The way he does it is he glimpses the path, draws a card, and then embedded agents over to the High Council. He has to draw one persuasion.
He still has an action. I didn't spot that one. Yeah, that's definitely an option there.
So he has one
Spacing Guild Alliance taken by Helena.
6 points for Helena.
Of the freighter fleet, so makes sense. Now, do you rapid? This looks like a really good opportunity to rapid to do this here potentially. I don't know. Or you save it for turn for conflict, I guess.
It's gonna
in
buy.
The shadows, turn.
Ooh, there's a water
I would have been tempted that you have tons of water anyways.
Can still rapid. That. Oh, I guess not. They're past that.
Yeah, there's no point. Like Baron's committed now. Baron's got the swords as well. It's kind of dangerous. So we'll see what happens here. So Beast takes the persuasion on the Bene Gesserit sister. It's kind of giving up the combat here. I would have been still tempted to have it this. He's declared early, in fact.
Oh, wow.
This is an early declare from the Beast. Wow.
Okay.
Didn't even go like secrets or anything?
No, he's taking the swords. He's taking the swords. Took the swords.
No, he has. What on earth? Why declare?
I don't know.
What's going on here? That's a curious play.
Especially while sitting in an urgent mission. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
He can't recall. Now he's revealed. Like that's that. That's a curious early reveal. What's going on here? He revealed for the. What else did he pick up? The liaison. Can you see?
Yeah, liaison. That's it.
Just liaison.
Just liaison.
What a curious reveal. I think you've got to go. See, you haven't been to the Jessup.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, everything's fine. They went back and they went forward. It's all good.
I don't think Baron's gone yet.
No, he has not. He was about to when that happened. But yeah, I don't know. I think you got to go secrets. You just got to start making progress for Thingy.
Wait, he used Bindu.
He used Bindu to.
He Bindu'd. Okay.
Bindu'd.
Let me
Here's the glimpse.
Myself up here.
Let's see what he picks up.
Okay, it's a big turn.
Oh, he picked up his signet ring, I think.
Oh yeah. So he just he just goes and gets High Council, and he gets 9.
And he has played Bene Gesserit.
Yeah. Do that.
So
that's it. He's doing math. That's it. Here we go. All right.
Here we go. Yep.
Sick.
That's good times. Feels good. Yeah. So Leto looking pretty good here. I don't think he can close out the game this turn, but he can get pretty close.
Oh no, he's one less. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get himself up to 9 probably at the end of this turn. So and again, no one's really looking in a way so they could stop Leto here. So he's looking very good here. This could turn into a scrap for second place. Makes this quite a big conflict as it turns out, and the Baron's probably going to take this down. The next conflict's going to be very interesting to see what occurs here.
Baron, not quite satisfying his plans within plans, is not really close to doing so.
No, it's not been a great game for Baron. I don't think this one.
No.
It's been, it's one of the issues sometimes. You kind of keep your options open. It can kind of complicate deciding what you want to go for, and sometimes just saying, well, I'm just going to do this, and that's my focus, and go for it. But Baron kind of went to go for a bit of a hybrid sort of strategy, but he's kind of been out-muscled by Beast, and he's been out-diplomacied by Leto, so it's kind of like had the worst of both sides of it. Sometimes it's worth just committing one way and just going all in and just taking points there.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Baron's gonna just declare, or see, you got me saying it, gonna reveal next turn anyway, because he's sitting at 9 persuasion, and I don't know what else you're gonna do with your hand.
Yeah, he'll just reveal and grab the point.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to do this. This seems totally fine.
Okay, this combat's going to go to the Baron, looks like, and second place to the Beast. Beast will be very happy with the one.
So 6 points for the Baron, gets him back into shouting here, but this could turn into a second place scrap between Baron and Helena here, I strongly suspect.
Yep.
Beast is going to have, he's not going to be completely out of this. It's a bit awkward as well for the Beast. He does have machine culture. And he should certainly just get that. How he's not used machine culture to just like pick up like spy satellites at this point, I have no earthly idea. That's just
it's 2 points.
Oh no, it's not. No, he has a point. He needs to take a point with the Jesuit. He is 2 influence with Jesuit. He has not taken that point on his board. He needs to do that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, he hasn't. Sorry, I'm completely wrong. I'm looking at the wrong color. Yeah, 100%. Why is he not taking that yet? He needs to.
Oh, you said you said BG. I thought it was.
Yeah, I got the wrong card there. My bad, everyone. No, but either way, how he's not taking spy satellites yet, I don't know.
Yeah,
he needs to do that.
Gets a quid pro quo. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's nice. But it's not really any use to him really now, unless he's gonna make like a late frighten the Emperor, I guess.
Yeah, no way. Actually, maybe Grand Vision. Grand Vision is the conflict.
Grand Vision turns up now. This could make things interesting.
Okay.
Leto's on 8 points. Effective. He has spent some of his cash though. He's gonna have to pick up some more money here, but obviously he will get that. He's banking. He's gonna be able to ship here, but if both those spots get blocked. It could be interesting. I don't know. We'll see. Helena's got Fopter.
Yep.
So there's a bit of lag here at the moment. All right, Ooba has returned. So apologies for that, everyone. The internet, it's a fickle thing.
That's right.
So we'll see what else Ooba picks up here for the other couple of cards. But whenever you get Smuggler's Fopter and you have access to Interstellar and your first in turn order.
You hit Interstellar.
I don't see what other reason you have to not go there.
Plus, you might actually get his other enablers for that track, so he can go up twice, go down. I mean, there's a lot of interesting things. It doesn't quite.
Yeah,
get there,
you could easily pick up Freighter Fleet again. I mean, you've got the fold space as well, so you can draw more cards. This just feels like it's time to draw a load of cards and probably try and chase a spice. Like this is if you're ever gonna get it, this is a good time to do it.
It's got to be Smuggler Scepter, Interstellar, then what? Research Station. You can't be blocked at Research Station. You can take your time.
It's time to start. Yeah, you've got to start Research Stationing here. Probably Research Station with Fold Space. That's 4 cards.
You can draw your whole deck. 4 plus 2. You can draw 6 more.
You can draw a better part of the whole deck here.
Oh, wait. What's going on here?
Oh, now what is this? Is she eyeing up Highliners?
Oh.
Or is she eyeing up Flagship? This is a curious play. There, picks up negotiated withdrawal. This is curious. One too many for the Baron. So he's just put a card away there. He should probably shuffle his deck so he doesn't actually know what his top card is. There we go.
Yep, cheers.
But that was not expected. Didn't think the Great Flats were going to get in there. Okay, so... We'll see what the plan is. Maybe she feels, I've got this water, I should use it. She needs to spend her 2 water as well, for that matter. So this is going to be curious. A lot of people are going to throw a lot of troops into the combat here. I still think B should still go with the Fremen camp plan. He might go Mentat first, though.
No, he's going to go get...
Wow, what is
this way?
You've got machine culture. Why not just use it that way? What's going on here? This is curious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he hoping for a cheap tech so he can pay for...
Yes, that's got to be it. Yeah, he's hoping for a 2.
If you pay machine culture, you lose for that. So let's see what he picks up. Mimic.
Oh, training drones.
Well, the projectors is viable.
He can do everything. Yeah, he can do it all. He can get that. He can get Fremen camp and put all the troops in the same turn.
Yeah, but the problem is if he uses machine culture, he doesn't get the end game point.
Oh, you're right.
So he'd have to go to freaking Dreadnought. He'd have to go Dreadnoughts to pick up training drones, which just feels so stupid.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it does, but a point's a point. point is a
I
point. He's just
mean,
got two.
maybe the way the Beast is reckoning. I mean, there is an argument that says the Beast is like playing for this to last 2 turns because he cannot win it in this turn. So the argument is he's playing for like a 2-turn strategy because if it only goes 1 turn, there's not much he can do anyways. So he's playing long game in the hope that he can get the extra point for machine culture.
Well,
We'll
Baron
see
can
if
ship
that's the right
now. I
call.
mean, yeah. I mean, Baron's looking
Baron,
at that Charmer key
Baron
right
into
now.
Stella. I don't see. I think this seems pretty automatic.
Yeah, this is a
But then
Charmer key.
to be fair, I said it was automatic for Helena, and she declined against it. But
Oh,
Baron
nice.
does not need 2 reasons, so surely Chalmurky picked up here.
Yeah, for sure.
So picks up the spice, I would imagine. We'll see what happens. A couple of
Point for
bump
Baron.
for the
Baron's a 7.
Yep, makes total sense. Nowhere else needs to put that. Chalmurky will surely be the pick. There's the 2, and then the -2 for this. Interesting to see what he picks up for intrigues here. He has finesse as well, so he might keep hold of that for later. See what he picks up here.
Wind traps.
Wind traps comes up, not necessarily bad for the Beast.
No.
To the Victor turns up. He's probably get that Ixion probe he picks up though. He might consider using that immediately. Or he might finesse. He's going to use one of these. There's no way he's not using one of them. Yeah, he's going to do it now. I'd say probably trash that and recon. Yeah, I think you gotta try and hope that maybe there's a world you pick up.
Oh god, that's worse.
Signet ring and the spice. That's not quite worked out, but
that's not good.
Yeah, the ring's not. He can't do anything with it. He's got no cash. Yeah, it feels that hasn't worked out too well, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
It's okay. I mean, there's still this finesse in hand. What do you use it for?
It defense basically, and maybe he might find a way to like go to to the Jessera and then take a point off the throne at the end of the game when the alliance is still safe, and try and get the point there. That's about it. But to the victors, I think it's a pretty dead card. I don't see he's ever going to win that. Here comes a secret trip to here. This is kind of he's just playing this for the extra goods, pretty much.
I would have gone well.
Bit surprised didn't smuggle there. Didn't have access to smuggling. No. Did have it. Guild Ambassador was there. Did have access to smuggle. Declined. I guess reckoning no one else is going to go there is the hope.
Well, what is he going to do with smuggling?
I mean, just cashing is he wants to end this turn now. He wants to cash, and he wants to buy cash. He wants to buy spice. He wants to end the game now. That's what he wants to do.
You're right. I don't know why he did that. It's interesting.
So he's just gonna assume no one else is going smuggling, which I think is fairly reasonable.
So this is gonna be what?
Helena's going in for flagships.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah.
There's the payoff. Here it comes. So this was the point of mining. Going for flagships, and she does have the cash, of course, so she could pay some troops in. So that will cost 5 spice. So flagships in. That's an automatic point, which always feels good.
Nice.
And she obviously can't be blocked with getting involved with wherever she decides to get in here. So picks up the dagger, which is a thing. It's not what she wanted to see, probably, but she's got it. It's gonna have to do. So Beast is up. Beast needs to get forces in here. He's still not Fremen camping.
Saving it?
He's hoping. He's hoping the Fremen that no one's going Imperial Basin. He's gonna be in trouble if he does.
He has 9 with this play, though. He has 9 to buy spice, but what is the... He's not going to get 2 spice in 1 turn. I don't think. That would be very strange.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. He'd have to... He has urgent recall, and he might end up using it. He might realize that Leto's probably about to end the game, so maybe he's reckoning he can maybe find a trip to selective breeding or something, maybe? He might selective breed and then recall to Fremen camp to the basin, maybe? That might be about all that's going on here.
Baron picks up a Counselor's Dispensation and a recruitment mission. Immediately plays the Counselor's Dispensation to get out of threat range, although he's kind of out of threat range anyway.
No one's going there.
No one's going there.
But you've got it to use, so you might as well.
Yeah, this
fine, I
recruitment
guess.
mission not great right now.
No, no,
Yeah.
he's not getting spice. It doesn't. It's no way he's getting spice this one. So it's kind of a dead card. Pretty much anything could have been better than that.
Yeah.
So Leto's at he has 9.
So this is a play to wealth, I
But
assume. Or
Leto
no,
needs
he can
cash.
ship. He can just ship,
Leto,
right?
yeah, Leto needs cashing though. This is the awkward. So if Leto cashes at the smuggling, he then has to find a way to draw another card,
Yep.
and it's gonna be difficult unless he goes. I would consider going research station now with your Bene Gesserit card, and again hope that no one goes smuggling. And you do that, you basically probably win the game here. I think that's the play. I don't see what else you've got. Selective breeding you can't do. I think this is a research station. I don't see what else. Nothing else really makes sense here, surely. Yeah, he sees it. Yeah. Leto sees it. That's probably going to seal this one. Didn't pick up the greatest set of cards, but it's good enough. And then we'll trash that. That goes into the supply, it should be noted, not into it goes into the reserve, all these special cards. They are not out of the game. The so-called Pidge rule. As it was from last tourney.
Yep.
Hi Pidge, how you doing? Good to see you. No offense, but you're the one who was involved when that situation came up. Bizarre. I don't think it even happened in the end. I don't think it actually didn't happen, but you know, is what it is. Take your infamy where you can get it, you know. So Leto's probably going to lock this one up, but he still has to go smuggling. If someone goes smuggling here before, so he can still go diplomacy actually. So this looks pretty good. Even diplomacy's fine. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So Leto will be seeing this one out this turn. This is last turn. So this is all about a fight for second place now between Helena and the Baron. Beast is just kind of. It's not happened for him here.
No.
It has been a little unfortunate. Perhaps. Good to see the double dreadnoughts going for that when didn't have to. Fair play, but it hasn't really worked out. So it's kind of awkward though for the Beast here. Like there is an what do you do here? Do you just go to
this
like
Hardy Warriors for Helena for sure? This has got to be Hardy
Yeah,
Warriors. You've got a rapid.
so.
You can just leave them there. Or you can put one in and just see.
No, I think you just get stuck in here. I think it's always suspicious to go Hardy Warriors like now and group up and then just don't send any in. That looks completely suspicious. So you got flagships, so you can send. You got flagships, so you can pay for that. You can send in 7 troops. You know that's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. Unfortunately, she's not in a position to steal any of Red's alliances, sadly.
But
which would have been a way to keep, which would have been a way to keep the game going here. So she's threatening. The problem is here she's threatening basically the alliance of the Baron. He probably has to go steel suits here now as a result. It's just to defend. He has finesse anyways, so it's not a big deal. But I imagine that's probably what happens now. He goes probably steel suits or Arakeen or something maybe. So it's a good idea from Helena. It's not going to work, unfortunately. But she will win the combat. So she will pick up a point. Even if she doesn't pick up the Fremen Alliance, she'll still pick the point up with the Emperor. So this is still valuable for her. And again, this is still a fight for second place. Baron's plans is not looking good. He's got nothing for that at the moment, which is pretty bad. Beast picks up the spice. So picks up a 5th point here. Spice satellites will give him 2 more. So he will take him up to 7. But it's not going to be enough here. He needs the game to go an extra round, basically, but it's not going to be. Here comes the Fremen defense.
Yep. So that's going to be a point for Helena, an Emperor, I guess. If there was, she didn't even have enough spice to go to selective breeding, which could have potentially allowed her to steal the alliance. She has the negotiated withdrawal in hand, so there's a potential 3 bumps. But nothing really matters, and that doesn't really matter at this point. It's just gonna be for, I don't know. Yeah. It's fine for second place here, basically. So Leto surely will see either shipping or wealth
open to him still. So go shipping. That will be the G's to G's there. So it's just kind of seeing what how's it Helena here? Helena should take the combat. And I reckon she's gonna be good for second here.
Yeah.
I don't think Beast can. Oh, it's gonna be a little interesting to see.
Uh-oh.
Well, Beast is already declared though, so
Uh-oh.
Baron's probably gonna take third on Spies, I
Uh-oh.
guess. Hollow Projector turns up.
Does that
That's
do anything for anyone?
no, everyone else is already revealed or about to reveal, so it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah.
Just secured the alliance there because you got nothing better to do. Might as well. The game is over. They know it's over, so everyone's going to reveal here. Now Helena can take the retreat bump, and I probably would do so if I think I could do anything with it. But there's not really any point. The thing is, the problem awkward for me for the players is they don't know the round's going to end. We can see charm shares, although to be fair, when you see Leto take the cash there, that should be an immediate flag that this game is about to end, and you should realize what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And you realize, oh, they've got the shares. It's end of game.
It's either shares or it's war chest.
So yeah, one or the other. So either way, I probably don't took them back. I probably just hold them there, and I just say, all right, I'm just going to take the win, take the point, and just hold on here. Because doing this, you don't know what the Baron's got.
Well, no, she can retreat, and then she just can rapid back, so it doesn't matter.
This is true. Good point. But I don't think she does. I have a funny thing she's not going to. Oh, she gets she still has 13, so that's going to be enough. But she could rapid anyways. That's a good point.
Just so this rapid. I mean, it might as well.
I don't think she's going to. Again, I don't think Helena sees this game's about to end. If she did,
yeah, that's a good point.
But it's not always easy to tell when you're sitting there. But I'd be looking at Leto and thinking, I'd be getting the impression like this looks bad. Whenever someone in this game makes a very sort of suspiciously weird decision, like taking cash late in round 7, that should be bad news, and you should basically abandon all normal principles and just point rush, however you can do it. So that's what you gotta look at it. You know, it's like when you play chess, someone just just advances their rook down the board and just hangs it in front of your king. That generally means something bad's about to happen. So
Red disconnected.
Red has DC. They'll be back in very shortly.
All right, we're back.
Yep, everything is all good.
Gonna show the recruitment mission just cause.
Yep, might as well. Put that on top. Again, don't think Baron realizes the game's about to end, although it definitely is. But you know, it is what it is. So we'll reveal, we'll play the shares, we'll take the spice, we'll bank the 5 points. That will feel pretty damn good for CroCosta.
Yeah, great turn.
Yeah, nice way for him to open up his account with the win. Feels good.
Now suddenly, I mean, Baron could have taken this had they had one better combat card. You know, they could have taken this one,
but alas,
is the way
not
it is.
Not going to be. So yeah, solid game from Leto in position 2. You know, kept the Baron in check. Helped perhaps a little bit by other people kind of taking his attention away, and has profited exceptionally. Good deck. Not really done anything wrong as CroCosta, I think. Played pretty solid.
Played very well.
So that is gonna be all for this one. So Helena's gonna take the win. I imagine we'll take the point of the Emperor. Then it's a case of just see if anyone picks up anything interesting endgame. I don't know if there's any endgames that help anyone here. I don't believe so.
Not that is available. That are available. No, I don't think so.
Call the market, no good for anyone. You know, so I don't think any endgames are going to come in that are going to be of any use. Grand Conspiracy is not going to be anyone that's in the combat. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be the lot here. Point for Helena will take her to 9. a pretty respectable second place.
Oh, there's Grand
There's Grand
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy right there, but there's no good for her. She doesn't have High Council.
Nope.
So that is no good for her. She had a couple others though. She had she didn't have Spice either. So yeah, nothing for anyone. Picks up guild,
Yeah.
picks up guild authorization
That
in the end game
sucks.
draw.
Oh, no.
That never always.
All right.
That is gonna be all for this one. So CroCosta with the win with the 10 points. Helena with a very solid 9. And then the Baron with 7, and a couple of points here as well for the Beast, taking him also up to 7. Unfortunately, will lose on the Spice tiebreak, regretfully for him. So a pretty solid game all round. I don't think anyone got really anything particularly hugely wrong. Beast just needed another turn. Beast was ready for another turn here and would have just found some more points, but unfortunately was not to be. So that is going to be pretty much all here for this one.
Oh my, yeah. Baron with such unfortunate treachery.
Yeah, finally gets plans within plans of Baron. It doesn't pay. That's pretty unusual. You don't see this a lot.
So, yeah, wow. So CroCosta is going to take it first place. Helena second. Ooba with second. Then we have a tiebreak. Is that correct? Tiebreak with Chobmurky for third. Am I getting that right?
He was right ahead on Spice anyway. So, but
yeah,
yes.
Okay, that makes sense. And then we'll get Beast in fourth position. Well played to all. This was a very interesting and entertaining game. Everyone had really good decks. We had some pretty exciting combats overall and some pretty tricky turns. Really loved that one. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. We've got lots more games coming, so we'll see you then.
Take care, kids.